Fun Facts Friday. I know we just did it last week, but I haven't had time to research who I want to be my Friday fabulous friends, so I've been busy this week, so we'll do it next week. So we have some fun facts instead. I was like 4 away from 400 yesterday. Now I'm 8 away. Almost to 400, then back down again. That's how it always goes, up and down. Alrighty. Scalp hair grows fast, about 5 inches per year. The only thing in the body that grows faster is bone marrow. I guess that's why if you do bone marrow transplants, it replenishes itself relatively quickly. Hello? Hell not. In 1997, Cleesburg County, Texas, designated Heaven O as its official new phone greeting. Okay. That was only in 97. It wasn't like 87 or something. It was not that long ago. Long before there were rap battles, there were flighting, the exchange of witty, insulting verses. The verbal throwdowns were popular in England and Scotland from the 5th to the 16th centuries. Melbourne, Australia once gave some of its trees email addresses so that residents could report problems. Instead, the trees received love letters. When the mummy of Ramses II was sent to France in the mid-1970s, it was issued a passport. Ramses' listed occupation was king, parentheses, deceased. In the mid-1960s, Slumber Party Barbie came with a book called How to Lose Weight. One of the tips was, don't eat. And we wonder why anorexia and bulimia and all that was on the rise about then on up. It wasn't a thing before the 60s, I don't think. It's just all that gotta be perfect stuff. Yeah, we're perfect the way we are. Contrary to rampant reports, it is not illegal to die in Longyearbyen, Norway, but since the town has no nursing homes and only a small hospital, residents are required to move to the mainland once they become elderly. I can see why that rumor would start, that they didn't want anybody dying there. A litter of kittens is also known as a Kindle. Who has a Kindle? I have a Kindle somewhere in this house, but I don't ever read on my Kindle. I read on my iPad through the Kindle app. Didn't know a litter was called a Kindle. Mary Catherine, did you know that? You're the cat lady. A team of chemists analyzed the smell of old books and determined that the scent is a combination of grassy odors mixed with acids, vanilla, and mustiness. The odor comes from chemicals like benzaldehyde, furfenol, and acetic acid, all byproducts of decomposition. There's this bookstore, and we didn't end up going. We were going to go when we went to tea the other day when we got our haircut. I got my hair cut, and I got it low lighted, so when I put it up, it's not gray underneath. When I put it back like this, I was kind of hoping she'd do more with it, but she just kind of tried to even it out some, so it's a lot shorter in the back than it used to be. It's okay. It'll grow out fine, nice and even, I guess, is what the goal was. Anyway, there's this 3-story old used bookstore, and the farther down you get, into the basement, the more musty old book smell it's got. When Frederick Bauer, B-A-U-R, the man who invented the Pringles can, passed away in 2008, his ashes were buried in a Pringles can. That was kind of weird. I guess could have put his ashes in a Pringles can on the mantle. That would have been even weirder. Especially if somebody came to visit. Yeah, don't go there. In 1996, Bill and Hillary Clinton hosted the first official al-Fitr dinner. It's EIDAL-FITR dinner at the White House, a tradition that's been continued for years since. I have no idea what that is. I have to look it up for you because clueless. Okay, foreign accent syndrome is a rare side effect of brain trauma. Patients speak their native language in a foreign dialect. That's weird. I've also heard that people with certain brain ailments or even Alzheimer's, sometimes they'll start speaking a foreign language that they don't really have a way of knowing. They must have picked it up somewhere and didn't realize it was back in the back of the brain back there somewhere. In 1943, 35 years after she created Mother's Day, Anna Jarvis started a petition to have the holiday rescinded, believing that its original intention had been corrupted by commercialism. Yeah, she's got that right. Guess I've only got a few more. I guess I'll just go ahead and do them all. Then I won't be able to do them for a while unless I do some research, so you won't have to listen to these for at least a couple weeks. Yoda was partly modeled after a photo of Albert Einstein. That's interesting. I'm trying to picture it. Yeah, maybe. Citizens of the Soviet Union began celebrating the defeat of Germany in World War II as soon as it was announced. Less than 24 hours later, the entire country's vodka supply had been depleted. Yeah, they like their vodka over there. The human tongue is made up of 8 interwoven muscles, which are similar in structure to an elephant's trunk or an octopus's arm. In 1971, inspired by 7-Eleven's slurping machine, 26-year-old Dallas man named Mariano Martinez invented the frozen margarita machine. Yep, you can rent those. And I don't know about where you live, but during COVID, you could you know how you could go drive up and they bring your food out in restaurants where they were just doing curbside service. I don't know about where you live, but here in Texas, if you went to a Mexican food place, you could get curbside margaritas too. Margaritas are a big thing here in Texas. The reason IKEA instruction manuals only feature those well-known assembly figures and no actual written information is because it would make the manuals thicker and therefore more expensive to produce. I don't think I've ever seen an IKEA directions thing, but it sounds like it would be a little difficult if there's no words. I guess you just kind of have to figure it out from the pictures. Last but not least, George Washington had only one tooth remaining in his mouth when he was sworn in as president in 1789. Those famous wooden teeth that he ended up with. I think we all learned about that in school, the chopping down the cherry tree thing and the wooden teeth. Now, I don't know if either or both of those are true or not. They may just be one of those urban myths. Well, that's it for Friday Fun Facts. Next week, for sure, I promise. We haven't done them in a month. By next week, it'll be close to a month. Won't have done any fabulous friends, so I need to get some more fabulous friends' names out there. So I hope you enjoyed these. I always find them interesting. Some of them are like, do you remember Arsenio Hall? And he'd go, things that make you go, He was, for those who are youngins and don't know who Arsenio Hall was, he was a young black talk show host, comedian, talk show host. and he would talk about things that make you go, like these. Well, I hope you all have, what is today? Today's Friday, so have a wonderful weekend, and I don't foresee anything coming up this weekend, but maybe. If y'all haven't subscribed, please do. We're almost at 400. When we hit 400, we will do a big drawing. I've got a big old box, like get one of those big post office box, not post office box, but postal boxes jammed full of goodies. So we will do a giveaway when we hit 400 subscribers, and I was this close. Now I'm this close. I don't know whether I'm never sure whether somebody leaves or YouTube kicks them off, because half the time it's YouTube that does it. I just finished making some cookies. My grandson's doing he took a class in human geography, and he's trying to get a like, what do they call them? Not dual credit, but where you get college credits for it. So he's going to some class tomorrow to help him pass the test so that they can get college credit for it. So I made a bunch of chocolate chip cookies for him to take for the kids while they're studying their AP. That's the phrase I was trying to think of, advanced placement. And if you take an AP class and then you pass this test, then you get credit for it in college, and it's just one less class you have to take. His sister got a few AP classes, so. And his cousin, the school she went to, the school they go to doesn't really do this very much, but the school she went to did dual credit classes. So she got credit in high school and credit in college for the same class. So she didn't have to take a test, she just had to pass the class, and that's easier, but they don't do that at the private school they go to. She went to a public school. So I think she started college as like halfway through her freshman year. So she knocked off a semester. So she'll get done that much quicker. Alrighty, enough rambling. Hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and please subscribe if you haven't. Hit the little bell, and you'll get notified every time I have a video. I do unboxings, I do stuff like this, I do Mask Mondays, Wacky Wednesdays, where we meet our minion friends quite often on Wacky Wednesdays. Not every Wednesday, but some Wednesdays we meet our little minion friends. So anyway, if you haven't subscribed, please do. I also have a collab I am doing. We're just waiting for everybody to get their stuff and do a video. It's a gag gift collab where we send each other gag gifts. And then I'm starting one. It's the 15th, the last day to sign up if you want to do it. It's going to be a Shop Miss A collab where we'll send each other, I'll draw names and you'll send to one person and somebody else will send to you. $10 worth of Shop Miss A. If you haven't ever been there, they're a website that they have all kinds of makeup and hair stuff and face masks and all kinds of stuff for $1. So for $10 you can get quite a bit. So we're going to do a $10 thing to each other, and then we're also going to chip in, depends on how many of us there are, chip in some money to have a grand prize for you, the subscriber. We're hoping to get at least $100, depending on how much we chip in and how many of us there are. Could go up anywhere between 100 and 200, I'd say. Just depends on what we end up doing. So keep your eye out for that. That'll be probably about the end of the month. But if you want to sign up, I need to know by the 15th. So I'll put my email address below. Because today's what? Getting close to the 15th. It's 12th or 13th. Or, 15th is real soon. Maybe this weekend. It's coming soon. So if you're interested in the Shop Miss A collab, I need to know ASAP. I think right now there's 5 or 6 of us, somewhere around there, going to do it. And we'd love to have more. So join us if you'd like. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.